Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Satish. If you've been following me for the last few months, right? I have not been posting videos in the last month or so. I've been on summer holidays with my kids, so happened to travel to a few countries here and there. As part of that, I was also lucky enough to go back to some of the places where I used to live, right? Like Singapore and all of that, and I was able to spend a good amount of time. In this video, what we'll do is we'll look at how I felt, abroad life after living in India for a good amount of time. It's been almost 2 years or over 2 years since we relocated back to India. So, this is how I felt, right? So the first thing, that I really noticed when I was, living this time or, traveling and staying with in our friend's place was life is extremely busy. I really didn't even imagine how busy the life is. Everybody are racing. I step out of the metro. I was in Singapore, right? I was step out of the metro and everybody is busy with their life. Nobody has time to even look around, right? So everybody looking at their phones. I felt it's slightly different for me, at least in India, right? It's far more, relaxed compared here. People in general is the mindset, So usually you see this not just in Singapore, even in the US, wherever, life is very, very busy, right? So the second part is, daily chores, right? That, at home or home help, right? So something that I really underestimated, right? When we were there, we used to take care of all our stuff. But now when I see that, when I was there with, in a friend's place, I could see that day-to-day things, it could be going to and grocery store, picking up stuff. But in India, we are so used to I was so used to doing 10-minute delivery on Zepto or Blinkit or Amazon, whatever, right? So this kind of the convenience was way, different. Much better in India in that aspect, right? And also the whole convenience of having somebody to help with the home cleaning and all of that, and picking up all this stuff. That it made a lot of difference, So that's one part. So the third part is, I felt the life was pretty much mechanical, right? A routine. It's not different. When you live in a developed economy, right? Be it Singapore or America or any other countries as well, right? You know what needs to be done. Everything is predictable. There is nothing like a traffic jam or maybe predictable traffic jams, but it's not like there is something unpredictable that can happen. But so pretty much everything is defined. Everybody had, so life kind of felt pretty plain vanilla to some extent, right? So it kind of felt that. I wanted, when you're in India, it doesn't work like that. There's always something happening on the street. There's always some kind of variety that you come across. So that's one I really felt was different for me. So in terms of the other big one was the number 4 was the family connections, right? I'm fortunate to have my parents and my grandparents also live with us occasionally, right? So the ability to interact with your parents day-to-day basis and having somebody around you really made a huge difference, right? Even though if you don't live with your parents, when you're living in India, you have that connect where you could connect with your cousins, whoever that is, right? And have that connection. So that is something that I really missed. Of course, you are on the phone, and talking to them, but not exactly same as seeing in person, right? So that's a fundamental difference. So I felt that was like a big thing for me, our family as well, right? So the family connections were much closer. So I feel much more connected here than living abroad. The weather was crazy, of course, you live in a better weather place like San Francisco. It's a different story, but I used to live in Singapore. It was very hot and humid climate. So after living in Bangalore for about 2 years now, when I went there, I was really sweating, and I couldn't really handle it. We were always running on the AC, and it was a challenge actually. We underestimated that, but again, weather can be a significant one as well. If you depending on the place you live. So that's what I felt. Just to summarize, right, all in all, so life in India for us at least has really worked out well, at least at the point of life of ours, right, with our kids, the family, my parents, all of that, it really worked out well, and I felt I did not made, like a bad decision, right? So when you go back and have that, point of view that, oh, did I make a mistake? So when we revisited Singapore and when we looked at the whole thing, and then we realized, I think life is far more convenient here, far more happy, far more, and much more entertaining, and the family connections. So I guess definitely, if you're considering moving, definitely I don't think you will have regrets if you're moving that kind of place. Again, you have to accept some things, be it pollution, traffic, and all of that in India. But other than that, I think rest of the things you can make it work, if you accept those things. So that's the whole idea about this. Hope this gives you inspiration to consider moving back if you are stuck in a decision or wobbling which way to go. So thank you for watching. Do subscribe for getting regular updates.